Several characters in the Spider-Verse movies are aware that Miles and Gwen have feelings for each other. This includes Peter B., Miles's parents, especially his mom, Gwen's father, Pavitar, Hobie, Jessica Drew, and even Miguel. However, the one who talks about it the most openly and shows the clearest interest is Pavitar.
You guy must be in love with you.
Okay, no, I'm not.
In Across the Spider-Verse, he constantly points out and teases Miles and Gwen about the romantic tension between them. He jokes about how their feelings make it hard for them to concentrate, and he brings up the will they won't they question.
This romantic tension is so palpable.
If Spot gets more holes,
Will they, won't
he'll
they?
be unstoppable.
How can you guys even concentrate?
His teasing feels like he's speaking for the audience, those who are rooting for them to get together. Pavitar also tries to provoke Miles by making comments about Hobie to stir up some jealousy, adding more fuel to the romantic tension. He really enjoys pointing out the connection between Miles and Gwen and watches their relationship closely. So, the main point is that if they actually become a couple in Beyond the Spider-Verse, which is very likely considering how much their relationship has developed, Pavitar will probably be the first person to acknowledge it or say something about it. This fits perfectly with his role because he's like a middleman or mediator when it comes to the romance between them. If a kiss happens, or they hold hands, hug, or even do all those things together, you can be certain Pavitar will comment on it. Let's take a closer look at Peter B. Parker and how he picks up on the fact that Miles and Gwen like each other. In the first film, there's that moment where Miles accidentally breaks the goober. During the bus scene, while he is talking to Gwen, instead of admitting his mistake, he blames Peter for breaking it.
He broke this?
Yeah, he's actually really embarrassed about it, so just keep it between us, okay?
I know where we can make a new one.
And we won't let him break it this time.
Peter hears all of this and sees everything, but he doesn't say a word. The reason behind Peter's silence is pretty clear. He understands that Miles is trying to impress Gwen or just trying to act cool in front of her. So by not calling Miles out or correcting him, Peter is quietly acknowledging their feelings without making a big deal out of it. It shows he's aware of what's going on between them, and he's letting Miles have his moment. When we shift focus to Miles' parents, especially Rio, it's obvious that she notices what's happening too. Rio knows Miles really well and she can see a clear change in him. When Miles is around Gwen, he's a lot happier and more confident than usual. She definitely picks up on the fact that he likes her. That's why she eventually ungrounds him and lets him go after Gwen. She understands what's going on and supports it.
Go. She seems like a nice girl.
You're really not helping.
You saw the way he lit up around her.
Rio's awareness of their feelings is very clear and important because it shows she's paying attention to how much Gwen means to Miles. Jefferson is also aware of the situation, but he approaches it in a different way.
Sorry, baby, but you did unilaterally unground him. I just worry about him getting mixed up with the wrong people, okay? This is probably that girl. What is he even thinking being with her?
He's more cautious and protective. While he knows there's something between them, he worries that Miles might be getting into trouble or that Gwen could lead him down a risky path. Even though Jefferson is more guarded about it, he still definitely knows about their connection. When it comes to Jessica Drew, her awareness of Gwen's closeness to Miles is a bit different from others, but there's no doubt she knows how important he is to her. Gwen was supposed to follow orders to simply monitor the spot in Miles's universe quietly. Instead of just doing that, Gwen decided to cross the line and actually go visit Miles. Jessica notices this and basically asks Gwen if she went to see her little friend.
Did you go see your little friend?
What? No. Miles? I mean...
Are you kidding me right now?
Only briefly. From afar.
How far?
Like, about this.
Oh, that's way too close.
Girl.
This question reveals a lot because it shows Jessica understands that Miles holds a special place in Gwen's life. It also suggests that Gwen must have mentioned Miles plenty of times, since Jessica is clearly familiar enough to make a tease like that. So Jessica is definitely aware of the bond Gwen has with Miles, even though she doesn't say it outright. Now, looking at Gwen's father, he is also aware of Miles, but in a more subtle and indirect way. Gwen took a photo with Miles, and she actually made it into a Polaroid picture. This isn't just any photo to Gwen, it's something meaningful and special that shows how much Miles means to her. She uses the photo as a kind of inspiration or keepsake to remind herself of him. However, after the argument and the fallout she had with her father, she had to leave her universe behind. At that moment, she left that precious Polaroid photo sitting in her room. The movie doesn't show the exact moment when her father saw the photo, but we can be sure he did notice it there after she left. Even though he has never met Miles in person, he understands something important just by seeing that picture his daughter left behind. The fact that Gwen went through the trouble to turn a regular photo into a physical Polaroid shows her deep feelings for whoever is in the picture. So, just by seeing the Polaroid sitting in her room, her father must have realized that this boy means a lot to Gwen. He doesn't need to know Miles's name to understand that this connection matters deeply to his daughter. Hobie is another character who fully realizes that Miles and Gwen have feelings for each other. Even before he actually met Miles, Hobie already knew a lot about him.
Is this the younger from 1610?
This shows that Gwen must have talked about Miles frequently, sharing stories or mentioning him often. Before the film's release, many people thought there might be a love triangle between them, but the story turns out quite differently. Instead of competing for Gwen's attention, Hobie quickly developed a liking for Miles and became one of his biggest supporters. Hobie is very aware that Gwen likes Miles and that Miles likes her back. Because of this, he likes to tease both of them by making playful comments designed to make Miles feel a little jealous. This teasing is a way for Hobie to stir things up, and honestly, it fits his personality perfectly. He plays an important role in helping Miles grow. If it weren't for Hobie, Miles might never have learned how to control his electric powers.
Bit of advice. Use the palm, not just your fingers.
Hobie also helped Miles escape when he was trapped by Miguel inside that energy barrier, which started the big chase. Later on, when Gwen lost access to the traveling watch and was kicked out of the Spider Society, Hobie came to her rescue. He had made a watch and left it in her universe long before any of the main events took place. This shows that he suspected or predicted that Gwen would eventually stand up for Miles. The watch was already set to send her to Miles's universe, which means Hobie knew that once Gwen got the watch back, the first place she would go was to Miles. This clearly shows he was fully aware that Gwen liked Miles. Miguel also has some awareness of what's going on between them. When Gwen visited Miles's universe, instead of just monitoring the spot as she was supposed to, she spent some time with Miles. Miguel, thanks to his surveillance system, witnessed many of the personal moments they shared. He had access to recordings of Gwen's interactions with Miles, so he basically saw almost everything. It wouldn't be surprising if he saw the moment between them at the clock tower, since he definitely saw the rooftop party scene. Interestingly, one big reason Miguel didn't want Gwen on the team was because of how close she was to Miles. He knew she would be a liability when there were important missions, especially when they had to capture Miles. Miguel was sure she would hold back and hesitate because of her feelings for him. Later on, he even tells Jessica, "I told you she was a liability," right after Miles escapes.
I told you she was a liability.
This makes it very clear that Miguel knew about the feelings between Gwen and Miles and worried they might get in the way of their goals. So in general, all of these characters know about the closeness between Miles and Gwen. Each one sees it in their own way and reacts differently, whether by teasing, supporting, or being cautious. But as I said before, if Miles and Gwen finally get together, which many people hope for after all the years of building tension and challenges throughout the franchise, Pavitar will probably be the first one to openly say something about it. It only makes sense that he would be the one to point it out when that moment happens.